Stephen?
Yeah, I was trying to make it.
Perfect. All right.
I can't see.
9:33?
9:43.
9:43 was last night? Oh, yes.
Yep.
Number 4,
Okay.
24 every quarter.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, 32. It says a sub n equals.
A
32.
sub n minus 1.
No, I skipped the 2's.
A sub n minus 1.
Yeah. Big plus 5.
Okay.
Comma. A sub 1 equals 6.
A sub 1 equals 6. Can anyone remember the name for this type of rule?
Recursive.
Recursive. Good job, Martina. This is a recursive rule because a sub n is given in terms of something before it. What do the directions say to do with it? It says find the formula for the general term. Do not use a recursion formula. So they've given you the recursion formula. Okay? So what they're saying is a sub 1 is 6. The next term in this series is going to be 6 plus 5.
11.
11. Then it's going to be 16, 21.
So D would be 5.
Yeah, so D equals 5, which means, remember, if you treat the D of an arithmetic series like slope, you're looking at a sub n equals 5n plus something. Plus what? Well, since we started at 6, I would say plus 1. Please take a moment and double check me that that works for the first 3 or 4 terms.
Totally.
That's so
5 times 2, 10 plus 1, 11, 15 plus 1, 20 plus 1. So this would be the general rule. Is that all the direction said, was to find a general rule? Oh, and then said find the 20th term of the sequence.
Hold on.
Is that a 5 sub 3?
Pardon?
5 sub 3.
We're at,
At the top.
this is number 32, page 933.
5 sub 3.
I'm totally not understanding.
Right there. Is that
5
a 3?
sub 3.
No, that's a comma.
Oh.
That's a comma. Thank you.
Wait,
Okay.
I have a question.
I wasn't here in the sub 3, yes.
Is this the 6, 11, 6? Are you plugging that in for n?
Yes, but that's not where I got it from. Down here, that's what I would do. Up here, it says a sub 1 is 6.
Right.
And then the nth term is always the one before it plus 5.
Yeah.
So I started at 6 and just kept adding 5.
No, I know that.
Great.
But I'm saying, like at the bottom, yeah, that one.
Mhm.
What do you plug in for n?
Any number you want. Well, I'll tell you, actually, for this one, it says find the 20th term.
So you just plug in.
So I'm going to plug in 20,
I have a quick question.
and that's going to be 101.
plus whatever
How
you
is
have.
Okay.
I get like how a1 equals 6, and then it's n minus 1. I don't get the minus 1
Yeah.
part. Why is it minus 1?
They do.
Okay, remember the n refers to the placement in the series. A sub 1 is the first term. A sub 20 is the 20th term. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the calculation.
So n is always the first term?
No, a sub 1 is the first term.
Yeah,
A sub n is the nth term, whatever that may be.
So where's the minus 1 come in?
The minus 1, okay, this one, notice that 11 is 6 plus 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11, equals 6 plus 5. In terms of this particular series, I would say a sub 2 equals a sub 1 plus 5. I would also say that since 16 equals 11 plus 5, a sub 3 equals a sub 2 plus 5. This is how a recursive formula works. You describe one term in terms of the ones that came before it.
Oh.
So
That's, I sort of get it.
So that's
I get
how. So that's what you mean by a sub n minus 1.
Yeah, it's whatever term comes in the series before this one.
Okay.
So if this is the 57th term, this is the 56th term.
So let's say we start out with 6. How do we get from a sub n minus 1 plus 5 to equal 6? How does that...
Well, they gave us a sub 1 equals 6. And technically there should be a note here that says this rule doesn't work until you get to n equals 2.
Okay.
So this rule works, like this rule here, this recursive rule, there should be a little note that says this starts working when n is greater than or equal to 2.
That's what I was wondering, because I never understood how...
Yeah, this really doesn't, because obviously this is meaningless if n is 1. A sub 1 equals a sub 0, we don't have an a sub 0. We could guess that a sub 0 is probably 1 because it's 5 less.
Although
But,
we have to be negative 1.
Well,
minus one.
n is, this is our counter. With sequences and series, it's just like those sigma notations. N is only going to go up by integer counting numbers. We're not going to do negatives.
How do you get a +1 in that?
Here?
Yeah.
How do you get that?
Great question. Okay.
Because I know the 5 is.
It's like the slope.
Yeah.
How much it's changing by,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I should have shown that. It's really like an Algebra 1 problem with slope and y-intercept in a way. If a sub 1 is 6,
Yeah.
okay, a sub 1, since the common difference is 5, is also 5n plus 1. So if I set 6 equal to 5n plus 1, that's totally wrong. Let me rephrase this. So if I say a sub 1 is 6, right? A sub 1 is also 5n plus 1. So 6 must equal... We were looking for this plus, right? This was plus some number. I'm going to call it b, like slope-intercept.
Okay.
Okay? 6 equals 5 times 1 plus what?
1.
1.
Oh, are you doing that because that's a sub 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just, I mean, in English, what you add or subtract is whatever you have to add or subtract to make the given information work.
So basically, to find that, quote unquote, that b,
Yeah.
it's just like a,
Plug in.
yeah, where you, okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
If the given information was that a sub 3 was 16, I would have gone, okay, 16 equals 5 times 3 plus blank. Oh, it's got to be 1.
Right, okay.
And it's only correct if it works for all of them.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now let me check 12 out and see what was going on there that was...
It's another one of those.
It's a recursive rule again. Okay, that's one that's going to go backwards. I'll do 12 real quick, see if I can fit it in over here. 12 says a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 minus 20. Actually, you guys are doing better with recursive rules than most years. That's why I kept saying over and over again, this is a recursive rule, and this is why I'm saying it over and over again. That's the thing, that word always stumps people.
So does that mean that d equals -20?
Yes, d is negative 20.
So then your a sub n would equal -20
n
plus...
plus blank. Okay, so what will work for a sub 1? 70. 70 is what has to work to get me 50 when n equals 1.
Oh,
So a sub n is negative 20n plus 70. And what is, or that all directions is, oh, it's write the first 6 terms. So to write this one correctly, you'd have to write 50, 30, 10, negative 10, negative 30. Okay, so, is that 6 terms? That's 5, isn't it? Negative 50. I can't count.
What if there isn't something being added or subtracted from the a sub n equals a sub...
Well, then you got what's called direct variation, which is pretty simple. There's no reason why it can't just be a sub n equals 2n, a sub n equals 5n. That's the algebraic equivalent of a line through the origin. No x-intercept, no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little less interesting, a little less common.
40 or 44, I really don't know how to do those.
It's the formula of those values.
Yeah, let me do 40. I'll see if I can do 44 real quick. Find the sum of. Well, there's a real slow way to answer that, but you
Yeah,
probably
I
figured
did the
that's
slow
not what
way.
they were asking. Well, you can double check me. Okay, so 44, not a recursive rule. It said find the sum of the odd integers between 30 and 54. 30 to 54 odd. Okay.
Wasn't that like
I think 31.
of 54 times?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
It would be
But then it
30
can't be, it's odd, it says odd, which is really weird. This is